MACKWOP, what's happening with you?
It's the mop, not the wop. What's going on, good people? We back in here again for another episode of Mop Reacts. Today we gonna go back. We're gonna go back to like at least a couple years ago. MACKWOP TV. Back in the streaming crib. You got Glasses Malone in there. And this one. This they put KEEM feet to the fire a little bit. Cause you know, I'm going back and I'm doing this because it's good to reflect, man, and see where you were. You know what I mean? Hey, this is a funny one, man. Let's get into it. Hey, and before we get started, man, KEEM, you bullshit, boy. Hey, you dressed like a little kid. This motherfucker, you dressed like, oh God, you dressed like a 13-year-old, man. Hey, I fuck with you. Let's go.
Like you said, when old boy pulled up on you, and they slid the door, and all you did was to smile.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that's some shit a motherfucker like. I can only see that in the movie.
That's 90% of America.
You from right here, like damn.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing I be saying with the homies, right? I'm civilian, big civilian, right?
You never committed no crime?
I mean, it don't even matter.
Oh, it matter.
Bro, I've been trying to tell him that from forever.
No, but listen, because think about.
Hey, the general consensus is not motherfucker try to narrow that shit down to like, do you gang bang or not? Now, are you a criminal? Do you commit crimes? Because if you commit crimes or if you was ever committing crime, you know what I mean? You understand some shit a little bit clearer. You know what I mean? And they say just because you can act like if you don't know something, that's one thing. But once you know better, now you accountable for what you know what I'm saying, for what you don't know. You accountable for what you don't know regardless, but you even more accountable for it because you know better than that shit. You know what I mean?
Because
My bad. I was just but I just wanted to put that in there because my perspective is coming from the South. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna be as different as motherfuckers be often trying to make this shit seem. You know what I mean? This little thing of ours, man, it's not. We like to, especially coming up, and when you ain't been outside of it, we like to localize it and be like, man, this what we do here, this what we do where I'm at. But man, this what we do wherever we at. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't want to be long winded, but I can be, but we'll say that kind of shit for another time. Let's go.
Because it's a lot of misunderstanding about that word civilian.
But think about this though, right
A civilian is a law-abiding citizen.
According to your rules, am I supposed to admit to any crime on here? Yes or no?
No, this ain't.
What the fuck that got to do with anything? See, there's a term for that, and KEEM will play that. Right now, he being a useful idiot. He acting like he don't know what he really do know. You know what I mean? And so that he can use that to his advantage. You know what I mean? Signs of brilliance. You know what I mean? That's how you know this motherfucker really is. He got a good sense in it up top.
Ain't according to no rules. I'm saying.
Also, can I ask you anything? Huh?
Yeah. Why would you not be able to? I just admitted I sold shirt.
Look, he trying to angle him in. You see how his shoulders drop. Hey, you got to pay attention to body language. I'm sure people do, but make sure you pay attention to motherfuckers' body language and put that with what they saying. And yeah, analyze shit, man. You pick up a whole lot more shit when you pay attention and not just listen to what, you know what I mean? Don't let listening be in the main party of the attention you paying. You know what I mean? Tune in, dial into it all. You'll pick up a lot more nuances and communication, 90% nonverbal.
Say correctly though. When I'm
gonna tell you the truth.
When man, see that's.
You can't ask everybody the questions. No.
Exactly.
But you can ask me the question.
No, I wouldn't ask you, but
I respect that.
All right, so what I'm saying is,
Have you ever committed a crime?
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Have you committed more than? Do you understand what I'm saying twice?
Damn. You trying to get hired by?
Do you understand what I'm saying
I got
twice?
you, Fabi.
I get what you're saying though.
Do you understand what I'm saying twice though? Do you understand what I'm saying twice?
He trying to get hired.
No, but I'm saying, do you understand what I'm saying twice? Then no, you're not in a civilian.
Why though?
Because you're a criminal.
Who? What? Are you telling? That's what I'm saying. Are you telling on me at this point? What's going on? What you talking about, man? Listen.
How was that telling on you? Were
Come on, civilian. Don't do that. Don't do that, civilian. Not you, the criminal. You trying to hide it and shit. Now, come on, now.
heard about you being a criminal.
Just think about.
Hey, all bullshit aside. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just fucking with you. But put the cup down.
This long block right here, this block,
right now.
and then as is, especially depending on what city you live in,
Facts.
gang, different gang, right?
Facts.
Me, civilian, I'm just trying to get home, right?
You didn't call the police when something happened?
So let me get home. Let me get home. Let me sit up. Just
Go ahead.
let me get home.
Say you only jaywalk?
Let me get home. Let me get home. I'm trying to get home now.
Yeah, and
right?
all these gang members.
So yeah, now do I gotta abide by everybody's rule as I go into every jurisdiction just to get home? Yes or no? I do.
No.
You don't have to.
No.
And if I don't, what happens?
You got to call the police. As a,
Right. You use the devices that you have available to you. But here's the big thing. Here's two things at least. All this civilian shit, motherfucker. If you tell on somebody, if you cause somebody to be incarcerated, like if you I don't give a fuck who you is, you be an old lady. Something can happen to you. If a person, especially if it's some violent, if it's a violent crime and you telling on that, if this person was of the mind to commit these acts of violence, what makes you think they're gonna stop at you? Like that don't even make sense. Anybody that's sitting up there telling is subject to consequences of it. If you gotta mind your business. That's what motherfuckers see. It's things that you know that you was taught on and raised up on if you from this little thing of ours. You know what I mean? You mind your business. You ain't got if it's something to do with certain shit, you know what to do. But for the most part, you mind your business. You know what I mean? If you take what you want from, you know what I mean, that you do what you're supposed to do, but you know what I mean? If you know better, you know what I'm saying. So I ain't trying to be long-winded, but I just wanted to say that. You know what I mean? It don't matter who you is, if you affiliated with something, or if you ain't never committed a crime in your life. If you was a child and you go up there and get on the stand and you testify about somebody in a violent crime, like I say, think about the wherewithal of that person. If they had the wherewithal to do that, why wouldn't they? You get what I'm saying? That just don't make sense. So all that shit about this rules, you know what I mean? What they say, a dead man tells no stories. You feel me? But hey, like I say, common sense ain't common. You know. Let's go.
If you a civilian,
You called the police?
if you a civilian, you just call the police.
So you called the police?
And now if you don't call the police, then you're not a civilian.
I didn't call the police,
Yeah, you're not a civilian then.
but I felt like I'm not a gang coach either, though, right?
What?
See, then it come down to it ain't just do you believe in calling the police or you gang culture. That ain't the thing. You dig what I'm saying? Are you reliant on the government to take care of you? You know what I mean? And this breaks down to some whole other stuff. You know what I mean? If you really go down and break down what the term government means and all that type of shit, it breaks down to the people are fucking idiots and fools at mass, and they have to have someone to give them structure, because if you leave them to their own devices, it will be anarchy and chaos. That's the baseline for why government even exists and shit like that. So within the government, you have these different structures. You know what I mean? The judicial, the legislative. You know what I mean? All these different aspects of the government, and the judicial just being a part of it. You depending on them to protect and to serve. You know what I mean? And you go back to the beginning of time for African Americans, and when I say African Americans, I'm talking about the ones who are the descendants of slaves in America, the transatlantic slave in America. The police started, the officer started as the overseer, you know what I mean, to catch runaway slaves and shit like that. You know what I mean? There was once a time in this country where it was illegal to believe that you were free, to not think that you were property, or to be thinking any goddamn thing. It was once illegal for you to read. You know what I mean? When you go back there and you start walking that shit forward, it'll be extremely difficult for you to find the time in history where those same laws that once said it was illegal for you to be considered human. You know what I mean? From that perspective, you go back and walk it forward, you're not gonna find any time in American history where those laws become oh, these are for me. You get what I'm saying? You won't get to that point. It'll just, there will be add-ins and laws for minorities, but you know what I mean? You get Jim Crow laws and then they'll take the Jim Crow laws away, but people don't even realize, man, segregation wasn't even fully abolished till 1994 in some places in America. That wasn't even, like I said, that was less than, well, not less than, that was 36 years ago type shit. But not 36. Fuck, I count off like a motherfucker. 31. But yeah, this is America. So all that lost shit, you depending on them, because they finna lock you up. The only reason they abolished slavery was to make it, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't end slavery, they abolished that shit. And what that mean is it discontinues under these circumstances. The circumstances that they did continue under was if you committed a crime. And like I say, man, this shit break down. We can go on this shit forever. But all that shit, walk this shit forward. Go back from that time. Don't start from here, from the mentality from 2025 with the mentality of what's good for us. Are these laws in our benefit? And I'm gonna go back and try to find where it changed or where it got there. You need to go back from the beginning and walk forward and try to see where it ever changed from being against us to being for us. You get what I'm saying? And that's just for us. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to exclude a lot of y'all from this conversation, because there's other shit for you as well. You know what I mean? But this for us. You know what I mean? Certain shit gotta be explained and expressed for us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I appreciate y'all being here and fucking with it. You wouldn't be here fucking with it if you ain't fuck with it. So don't take it no kind of way, and you just welcome to conversations, to be real with you. But let's finish this video, man. Let's get back to it.
It's no street urban culture. There's no such thing as really gang culture.
I grew up in a lot of places. I literally like moved around. Literally.
You never grew up in one place?
Yeah, he was all over the place.
Literally, like, yeah.
Oh,
but that's why you're not a member,
question is truth. Listen, truth in the details, right? So when he said his occupation mate was I was a quote unquote victim of that era, right?
Yeah, we crack babies, man. Cut the long story short.
So, okay, boom, right? So there we go. Get back to it. I moved around a lot of places. That's kind of like the lifestyle.
Okay, so
it was all street shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all the same. Even if you a gang nigga. If you exactly.
No, they would say I would. They would say
don't point at me. I don't know what you're talking about.
This nigga, man.
Yeah, we all street.
You said you a civilian.
No,
nigga, I just said you're not a member.
Right, because that's the thing.
You not a member. I always said you did street nigga shit. You be knocking niggas out all the stupid shit.
You actually fighting? You actually
You be fighting? You be fighting? You be knocking motherfuckers out? You mean to tell me you don't call the authorities? You don't get protected? Yeah. The citizens get protected. But nah, Glasses got an angle and he zeroed in. That's bullshit. That's deep bullshit in that, but he zeroed in on it.
He be out here squabbing
Everybody
niggas up,
fights,
bro.
yo.
It's the law, right?
Everybody
Squabbing
fights.
niggas up.
By that, there's great logic in it, but at the root of it is bullshit. But yeah, you gotta, hey, you get him in that corner. look how Glasses looking. Look how he like, I got you. And he like, oh fuck, he don't see the pivot yet. Baby,
You
Everybody
settle
fights.
disputes?
Everybody fights.
You settle disputes without the law? You are not a civilian, my
He
man.
ain't no civilian, bro.
You're not a. Listen.
He just don't gang bang. That's all
That's
I
it.
tell you, bro. You don't gang
But
bang.
listen, so do
We
I
all
gotta,
just
do I
street
still
niggas.
have to abide by the gang banging rules? Because I feel like the gang banging.
What's the gang banging
All
rule?
right, so the gang.
Give
Not
me
to say
one
banging.
gang
Not
rule.
even, let's go. I get
Give me
it.
one gang rule.
My fault. I can't. Why
There
should I
is-
be giving a gang rule? You
there-
gotta ask the gang. The
there
members.
is-
Don't point at me.
gang
I'm
rule.
civilian.
King, hey, he playing useful idiot. There's different ways you can use that, but in this one, he not playing the useful idiot. He just playing dumb. Is
I didn't do
You just
no
said
crap.
earlier that we was all. You just said that.
I said
I
we
got
was all
put up-
members.
What- Listen, my
We
whole
in
life
the
I ain't
music
never seen no
Of
rules.
the industry, we make music.
You never
That's what I'm talking about.
been affiliated with nobody. Like they never put you nowhere.
You know how it's
No,
gonna
'cause he
get.
moved
You know
around.
how they'll
He
get.
moved
when-
around.
You was from all of them.
You know how it get, right? If you move, no, you know, older you get, you
Where
gonna still
you spent
start.
the most time at?
Shit, man.
On what streets?
What high school did you graduate
Yeah.
I went to
This is a real LA gang.
I didn't graduate high school though. I didn't
Mama
graduate.
live, nigga.
What school you go
Get
to?
on mic too.
Grilling that nigga.
Yeah, my nigga.
You
You
got
got,
it.
you got your mic?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right, good.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not a civilian. But I get it because that's the rumor going on. We all the same in LA if you a street nigga. We there ain't no gang rules. The same rules I gotta follow, you gotta follow. Don't tell.
But I feel like
Yeah,
I've been to more burger spots. I done try, you know what I'm saying? A lot of
hey, that right there. We got the same protocol. You don't tell because, like, you don't fucking tell. Shit. You don't tell. You mind your damn business. If it ain't, you know what I mean? If it ain't no evil motherfucker dealing with some kids or some women or some shit, and if it's some dick and pussy, it really ain't none of your motherfucking business. You know what I mean? You mind your fucking business, man. You know what I mean? You don't go put yourself in people's business. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't be out here. Even the Bible will tell you, man, you don't go and try to, you don't chastise the wicked. You know what I mean? Let them do what the fuck they gonna do. You know what I mean? Stay the fuck out of it. You make sure they don't deal with you. You stay clear of it. I don't know where motherfucker get all this shit. This motherfucker save the world superhero shit. That ain't your job. That is not your motherfucking job. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers get this shit wrong. Watching all the goddamn Justice League bullshit, you was coming up playing Super Mario, you think you supposed to be saving the day and shit, man. You mind your motherfucking business. You find out the wrong way. Motherfuckers don't be playing about their freedom, man.
niggas can't never go to these burgers. They might sneak.
That's
go
not
get it.
because you gangbanging.
I'm just letting you know how. I'm just letting you know the little benefits that come with my shit.
That's
I got
not no
perks.
benefit. You get the
Yeah.
same treatments, my nigga.
So what Keen's saying is he can, because he ain't never picked no side or officially picked no side. And he ain't never really established no turmoil with motherfuckers, so he can move with everybody. Now I know this ain't what Keem saying, so I'm gonna say that first. That I don't think that that's what Keem, that he I'm friends with everybody type motherfucker, because I don't think that's what he's saying. I get it, but I just want to say that to say, don't be one of them type of motherfuckers either, man. Don't be out here being friends with every goddamn body. You know what I mean? And that don't mean choose sides either. But you can't be out here being cool with everybody. If you're cool with both sides and you cool with, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Because You smiling with everybody now. You know what I mean? Worst thing motherfucking be is goddamn buddy hustler. Don't be out here buddy hustling and shit, trying to hustle up on a motherfucking buddy. You know what I mean? Don't do it. It'll end bad for you, I'm telling you.
Went to you think niggas ain't went to?
At every
That's a
burger
lot.
spot.
Okay.
It is some burger spots that a nigga be like,
Listen,
For sure.
bro, I didn't went to a few like, damn, I like
shit,
risk,
I-
nigga,
But you
damn
still
near
went.
risk my life to
You
go
went
get that
though.
goddamn
I got a
burger.
whole
You
new
went
song.
though.
Nah, for sure.
That's what I'm
when
saying.
you
Niggas
say
still
niggas, I'm
go.
talking about like when I'm saying like
I see what he said. No, he talking about niggas that's from, like, I got a whole song on my album called Jim Dandy's. That's a tough place to go.
I've been
exactly.
But I've been
That's
there a
what I'm
lot of
trying to say,
times, even though at
Where
this
you
point.
think you been at
But
niggas
I've been,
ain't go?
yeah. We all go to the same place.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah,
go
I
to,
go to
you
all
might,
the
might
food
go. You
spots,
might go to
bro.
3 places I go. Then you might go to 3 places I go.
Well,
then
he
you
not
might not go
gang-
be
he
able to
like
go
you.
3
He
places
like
I
you.
can go.
He like you. He ain't from
I
nowhere.
just grew up in the age.
He just
of
grew up
that.
in that.
I don't be
He's not a gang
I
member.
go everywhere.
So I go to the same burger spot you go to.
Turf. Huh?
Yeah, we all go to the same burger
Everywhere.
spots.
No, y'all. Everybody
It's
can't go
certain
to.
spots
It.
I go
burger
to
spot
every
can't we
burger
go to?
spot.
You so which one?
I ain't going to.
Hey,
But
Which
they
burger
liquor
spot
stores,
can't
they
we go
burger
to? It's
places.
just dangerous.
What I'm kind of taking from it, Keem just don't want no problem. You know what I'm saying? I ain't involved with none of this shit. He think I'm a civilian because I don't want no problems. I'm just trying to go about my business. But reality is, don't nobody want no motherfucking problems. And a lot of the motherfuckers sit up there and they become from somewhere because they don't want no motherfucking problems. Before they realize that that's where all the motherfucking problems come from. But that's, you know what I mean? It's own thing in itself, man. It ain't the Keem ain't no, he is not a civilian, and I'm not gonna say he's a goofy or no shit like that. Even though he look at him right now. Look at him right now. But that ain't what I'm saying. Keem, he a square. He a square, but he a cool ass square. Hip ass square. You know what I mean? But he wouldn't want to tell. He'd do the best. He'd do his damnedest not to tell. I don't think he'd want to tell. I think he'd be very upset with you for even putting him in a situation where, you know what I mean, now he gotta fucking, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I fuck with King. But no, unless if you are a participant in the criminality, you know what I mean, you ain't no civilian. And really, to be real with you, and I don't want to seem, you know what I mean, make it sound fucked up. So I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say that because I just don't want to do that out here. But we wrapping it up right here, man. King. Hey, this was a cold ass episode. Y'all need to go back and look and find it. This was back on them at the streamer crib days. Y'all gotta go back and find it with G Malone and the LA Giants. This was a clip, so I can't see what the name of the episode was. But man, go tap in with it. Y'all need to get back used to seeing this setting, man, because it's coming back. You finna see a whole lot more of it. Hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. You know what I mean? A lot of classic shit came from there. And I'm going back through it, and I'm going to pick a few more of these. I know I was looking at, we're going to run back TF Squabble, that Squabble story. We're going to get into that here shortly, man. But stay tuned, man. For now, we're going to get up out of here. And till next time.
MACKWOP, what's happening with you? MACKWOP,